DC movie news, making news, Birds of Prey to undergo reshoots, and Harley Quinn possibly confirmed for the Suicide Squad today on DC Movie News.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's DC Movie News.
Form of an icy.
They couldn't hear the first part.
Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of a cherry icy.
Form of melted chocolate.
No.
Form
An
of
animal.
melted chocolate bird.
A cricket. Oh. A bird?
Melted chocolate bird.
No, not a chocolate. Just a bird. Just a bloody bird.
The form of bloody birds.
Okay.
Form of bloody birds.
Fine.
Go try again.
No.
Oh.
No.
All right.
Already lost it.
Serious.
Well, I had already prepared the liquid, and then you threw a liquid out. I had to be an animal. It was a lot of pressure last
liquid,
minute.
the girls, the animals. We go over this literally every week.
Gender fluid
every week.
Here
You remember
on
so
liquid.
many things. You're on so many shows.
I
You can't. One thing. We've been doing this show for 5 years.
I didn't want to be a bird today.
Welcome to DC Movie News, everyone. I am happy to be here. My name is Adam Gerler. I'm joined by CJOT DCMNW. The crown jewel of the DC Movie News world.
I was trying to sound that out.
I made it easy for you to remember.
You did.
By making a little bit of a mnemonic device. You're welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
It's just us today, the Wonder Twins, like we like to do it.
Form of chocolate, baby.
Nope.
It's me. It's Roxy Stryer. The Stagman in the chat right now. By the way, chat live every Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Popcorn Talk Network. The Stagman says, hashtag Roxam, like Roxy and Adam.
Oh, Roxanne.
Roxam!
Oh, that's so much better than Ad Rocks, which I was going for Beastie Boys things, but Roxam!
Yeah,
I like it.
It's pretty good.
Awesome. We're Roxam. Awesome. Okay, better than the Wonder Twins. That's us. Or can we do both?
I mean, we're obviously keeping the Wonder Twins.
We're the Wonder Twins, Roxam.
We're melted chocolate, Wonder Trims, Bloody Birds, Wonder, Roxam.
All right, so
Flash.
Not a tremendous amount of gigantic news this week, I guess. But first, we did want to mention the fact that DC Movie News made news. Last week, we had Justin Copeland, the director of the Hush movie, now available to all DC Universe subscribers, as well as on Amazon, Vudu. It's available for rental, for purchase, for all that good stuff. We had him on the show, and he basically was like, if I could direct any live action movie, it would be No Man's Land. And I guess Batman plays a role in that. And he wants Pattinson for Batman.
He does. And then we went everywhere. All the places we used to report, they used our story, which was awesome. He was such a great guest, and I'm glad we got his name out even more.
He was a great guest.
Yeah, he's great. He is fantastic. What just happened, Adam?
No, nothing. Nothing at all.
What do you mean?
I was just checking out the chat roll.
Oh, I'm looking at the chat roll.
Yeah, I wanted to know too.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
So yeah, we just wanted to give a little shout out. Thank you, Justin. Hopefully we're going to have him back. I was going to mention it later, but I might as well mention it now. We did not know last week the release date for his next film and final DC project for a while. He's actually moved on to another project. But Wonder Woman Bloodlines is going to be available on October 22nd. Maybe chat roll, you could let me know if that is for streaming or Blu-ray. I don't know, but not too far off is that. But the next major release, obviously, is coming. What is this month right here?
We're in August.
So we have all of September to get through. All y'all can worry about getting back to school. Get your book bags, your backpacks, your lunch boxes.
Then we got October, which is the Joker.
Then we got the Joker October. So we have a lot, including a new synopsis from Todd Phillips talking about the Joker, because we are getting into it, y'all. We are getting close to the next major release.
You want me to tell you what it is?
I wanted you to do it without asking permission.
So
this is your show.
You thought that was a clear enough segue, so I should have
Totally.
just...
I like the no-look passes.
Oh, yeah.
I like a no-look pass. I'm like, here's the synopsis. I look over here, and Roxy's got it.
So you think I should do it now? Or
stop talking about it. I mean, the more you talk about it, the
makes
more...
it worse.
Yeah,
so,
definitely makes it worse. Less
smooth. Director Todd Phillips' Joker centers around the iconic arch nemesis and is an original, standalone, fictional story way not seen before on the big screen. Phillips' exploration of Arthur Fleck, who is indelibly portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix, is of a man struggling to find his way in Gotham's fractured society. A clown for hire by day, he aspires to be a stand-up comic at night, but finds the joke always seems to be on him. Caught in a cyclical existence between apathy and cruelty, Arthur makes one bad decision that brings about a chain reaction of escalating events in his gritty character study. There's that word gritty again, Adam.
Wow. Okay, first of all...
This give you any more information than you have?
Yes! I want to
What you
know,
got?
what is the fractured Gotham society? What has happened?
Wouldn't you say that Gotham's always a fractured society?
But including it in the synopsis like that, it makes me think that there was like a... I want to say, my mind goes to financial crisis or something. Some reason... Arthur Fleck's family is affected, or maybe it is just the status quo. I don't know. There was something that stuck out to me about that fractured society. Also,
what is the one bad decision? Arthur makes one bad decision that brings about a chain reaction.
Well, it's going to be some kind of criminal act, I think. That
is it an act or an accident?
Maybe it's an accident. Well, no, it's a choice. He's got to be. He's got to have.
But maybe the accident was a murder, but the decision was to cover it up. You know what I mean? Like, is the decision?
Well, murder is never an accident. Murder, by definition, is intentional.
That's not. If you kill somebody with your car.
Manslaughter.
Okay, if it was manslaughter,
right,
not murder, and then the decision to hit and run.
Yeah, big mistake. Yeah.
So I'm saying, do you think that something happened and then the decision is how he deals with it? Or is the decision the inciting incident?
Okay, first of all, they've said that this has nothing to do with what happens in the comics before, but that's not true because we see him trying to be a stand-up, which was famously featured in The Killing Joke as part of his origin, that he is not doing great as a stand-up. This is also how it's probably going to cross over into the Robert De Niro show, King Comedy style, right? I don't know. But the synopsis makes me more excited. There's nothing that really ties him to the Wayne thing. The rumors about that, I'm still choosing to ignore those because nobody thinks that's a good idea. But
don't ignore. I love it.
But we'll see. This movie seems like it's only going to have to fight potentially angry fanboys and fangirls who are upset about things in the movie. It doesn't sound like it's going to have to fight people appreciating it as a film because... They're really campaigning this one. Did you hear what it's supposedly going to make? I don't think we made this in a rundown. Apparently, this movie, Ryan, maybe you could look this up too. Apparently, it's like on track to do like $60 million the opening weekend, which is like on par with what Aquaman. Yes,
Ryan, our producer, by the way, our producer
back me up.
extraordinaire.
Chat roll. I'm not crazy pills on this, right?
Can't wait to see that. Well, speaking of the chat roll, let's go to what they think about this because they have definitely got some thoughts. The Stegman says the 1% versus the poor of Gotham, so that's the fractured society.
Of Gotham's 98% of all the people in Gotham, the 2% have 98% of Gotham's wealth, and that is why it is. I'm going to tell a joke right now.
67.
67. What are they thinking?
$67 million to be made from a Joker movie.
Wow.
Which will go to the top 2%.
Do you think that they're factoring in the fact that it's October and it's kind of a horror?
I think October seems to have like a lot of these lower budget horror films that break out and do really well, and they make like $20 or $30 million, and they're like the big hits.
But do you think that they're factoring in DC horror, brand name of Joaquin Phoenix, brand name of the Joker?
I think this trailer. I think when people see this trailer, it's blowing people away. Like as the trailer gets out there.
Grammy still doesn't know there's a Joker movie coming out.
My parents do.
Well, your parents are a little hipper. Don't tell Grammy. It's her 92nd birthday this Saturday.
I just saw Spider-Man Far From Home with my parents in their 70s.
Damn. This is what's going on in the chat right now. Ivan says, one bad day and stuff is what the Joker is about. Garth Murray says, my guess is that he kills his mother in a fit of rage.
Okay, these are great guesses, guys. I like the idea, though, that he's also caught up in a thing that is both happening to him as he happens. I know a lot of people say, like, I don't want to have sympathy for the Joker, but I don't know. I mean, I think a great story is a great story, and, like, we all love Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad is, like, all about having sympathy for a guy that really, spoiler alert, becomes bad by the end. Even though you're still rooting for him, he is
bad to the bone. Dan the
So-
Man said, hasn't this been known that this is an Elseworlds movie? So much for fanboys being aware of the multiverse, I guess.
Yeah, yes, of course it is known, but I think if they take any kind of like major leap and like link him familially to the Waynes, maybe that's just stuff to get people excited, or maybe we're blowing this out of proportion, guys. Is it possible that this movie is just going to be universally embraced,
Possibly.
and no fanboys are going to have any problems with it?
Doubt that. This is an interesting point that we're making in here right now from Dr. Pecker. The Joker movie was a moderate budget, so it's guaranteed to, at worst, break even. At best, be a huge hit like Deadpool.
Yeah, Ryan, did you have something? Ryan also said,
I got one last thing to add in. So just reading this article, it's projected actually to make 77 right now, opening weekend, which is interesting because
crazy.
It has a $55 million budget, while Aquaman only made 67 its opening weekend.
Did you
it
say
had a
77?
Yeah, it's projected to make 77.
Who's projecting this?
This is Box Office Pro.
This is like,
Wow.
and usually they've been tending lower. Like projections to generally tend lower. But also now, I know Aquaman had like a 5-day holiday opening thing, right? Like it was like, it was Christmas weekend. It was like December 18th to the 25th. So over the time, it made a lot of money. But this is still crazy, and this kind of shows what you can do if you put a known property and yet put it in an honestly independent movie. Joaquin Phoenix was in like You Were Never Really Here last year. That didn't make a lot of money, but like just the fact that you're putting a DC name on it is making this so relevant, and also the buzz is making it relevant too.
It's hard for me not to bring this up, Adam, because
Bring it up, Roxy. This is the place.
I feel like I've wronged you for having waited so long to bring it up. You're getting a lot of compliments in here for your Bernie voice. Everybody thinks that you're doing a Bernie. They're calling you Adam Bernie for
thanks,
president.
guys.
They want to nominate you. They want Bernie now as the Joker.
We have
So we
mass
started a
vigilantes
movement.
in Gotham taking the law into their own hands. Okay, we have Commissioner Gordon, whose police department is understaffed.
Yeah,
I know, maybe I should quit while I'm ahead.
It's really good, and I do feel bad that I waited that long to compliment you.
No, not at all. You're not trying to derail the show.
Yep.
So a couple other things about Joker. So we have Joaquin Phoenix talking about how he developed the laugh. Obviously, the laugh is a big part of the Joker. We heard a little bit of it in the trailer. Very creepy stuff there.
Yeah. Were you surprised that the fact that we've already heard that, by the way?
No, you got to have the laugh. You got to. It's like
No, I'm saying already.
yeah, in the trailer. Yeah, I think.
We're still far out. I didn't know if in a closer trailer or
No, I wasn't. I wasn't that surprised. It's like one of the most poignant parts of the trailer, which is again one of the best trailers of the year, just bar none. It's like
I agree.
So
This is what he said. Phoenix said. He said, "I started with the laugh. I watched videos of people suffering from pathological laughter or neurological disorder that makes individuals laugh uncontrollably." So he's really trying to do his research on this laugh.
I don't have the quotes in front of me, but Joaquin Phoenix in a recent interview was talking about general thoughts on like superhero films, comic book films. This is a comic book based film, and I loved what he had to say. I wish I had the quotes in front of me, but basically his thoughts were like, these are huge characters. They're character studies, and they can be done well, as they often are, or not, as they often are not.
Yeah.
So it's just this idea that like the genre of comic book movie is not to be shunned or to say that it's a passing fad. It's just like anything. It's a genre like Westerns, and there are some great ones and there are some really terrible ones. Overall, comic book movies have gotten so much better to the point where we're able to do an indie Joker film in basically a few months before we release another kind of Gotham-based, completely different kind of film in Birds of Prey.
Well, we have Gotham on our TV screens every week as well. It's like all...
Yeah, while Gotham's on, or you have Titans going on over here, or you've got whatever's going on in Pennyworth over there.
Or the Batgirl show, the
Batwoman
show. Sorry,
Batwoman, Roxy.
Excuse me, Batwoman show, Batgirl movie, Batwoman show, reminder.
There was also a little bit, I guess, Mark Maron, the comedian, also of the WTF podcast.
Did you just binge Glow or no?
I'm like halfway. I think I have half.
Season was so good.
It's great.
So good.
Gina Davis, so good on it, right?
She, I feel, was very underutilized.
Oh,
she did,
okay. Well, I'm not all the way through it, so I'm liking her.
She's great, but she's underutilized.
Okay, well, that's too bad. So anyway, Mark Maron, you know who he is. He's got a role. I believe he's De Niro's agent in the show, and so his scenes really have to do with De Niro's show. De Niro is basically a late night talk show host, which I suspect Arthur Fleck is going to make his way onto somehow. Again, if you haven't seen King of Comedy, Jerry Langford, Jerry Lewis plays the role, Robert De Niro, amazing Sandra Bernhardt, great movie. You have to watch it in preparation for this film.
Right, so there's a lot of speculation that Mark Maron's role is going to be a pretty minor one.
Yeah.
Like you just talked about, we're only going to see him when Joker appears on Robert De Niro's talk show, theoretically. So
he's like a producer probably, or an agent or something like that.
somebody who's working on the set kind of thing, or at least around there for that reason. But I think that Mark Maron is such an incredible talent that having him in any project for however long you can elevates the project for me. He's one of those.
It's a really cool thing because this guy was like a workman-like comedian for a long time, and then stumbled upon podcasts when podcasts were just happening, and just made one of the most relevant podcasts. And there are innumerable, copycats of his show. And honestly, I've seen him do stand-up. I prefer him as an actor or an interviewer.
Yeah, me too. I've seen him as well.
Like, his stand-up is good, but I don't think that's his strength.
No.
He would probably contend that, but, also I know that his personal feelings are he's not a fan of superhero films in general, comic book films, and he very early on.
I think that this isn't really a superhero comic book film in his eyes.
No.
This is a festival darling.
So Margot Robbie had some comments on there being a lot of stunt work in Birds of Prey. Then we also just I just heard this, that Birds of Prey is actually going to be undergoing some major reshoots next month.
So let's talk about some of these comments right now that Margot Robbie had. There are so many recently. I can't talk them since the movie isn't out yet, talking about the stunts. There's a lot of really cool stunts in the Birds of Prey movie. Quite a few of them I couldn't do because they were just too risky. But no, I'm constantly amazed by stunt performers. One of my brothers is actually a stuntman, so I have a deep appreciation for it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of action. I'm so interested in this film because early on, I talked to somebody at Warner Brothers who said, like, the pitch for this movie was so bonkers and out there, and they had to make it, right? This movie got fast-tracked, pretty much. And now we're hearing that familiar thing, oh, the executives aren't really that happy. I mean, there's different executives there. Suji Hara's not there. I'm sure there's a lot of the same people there participating. Now we're hearing reshoots. I know there's every time you bring up reshoots, some people say, oh, they're typical.
Reshoots.
They're typical, movies use them, and other people say, no, there's a disaster. I got news for you. When the movie's a disaster, they're still going to try to do reshoots to save it.
Yeah.
Justice League was a reshoot movie. So I don't know. I've also heard that Ewan McGregor is so fantastic. Maybe these reshoots are just to put more Black Mask in the film. And he's supposed to be...
There's a lot of great movies that have had reshoots for reasons that, either they wanted to change something with the ending or add more of something, or they realized they needed a different take of whatever it was. Reshoots to me just means typical.
But what we've heard... So it's all rumors at this point, but we've heard test screenings have been going really well, and we also heard executives have not been loving the film, and then we're hearing reshoots. So given all those factors, I'd like to know what you out there think. For me, it has taken a little bit of the bloom off the rose on the film, because like on one hand, I'm like, well, if it's bonkers insane, I kind of want that. I want a movie that's going to be really different than the Joker, different than Aquaman, but I also want it to be good. It's not just good. It's not just enough for it to be different. So what do you guys think? Are they putting more action in the film? Are they trying to make it more understandable? Are they trying to make it more grounded? How much are they going to mess with this film, which has a director that hasn't put out like a ton of films before, so she doesn't necessarily have the most power to fight back. And even Zack Snyder didn't have the power to fight back. So I don't know. What do you think, Roxy?
I I agree with you. I think that we're gonna have to see. I don't like to speculate too much on that because it's not fair to them that fans get so up in arms over these situations.
I'm also, I'm holding true to the prediction that we'll see a trailer attached to the new It film.
You think?
Yeah,
That's what you've predicted for the last several weeks.
yeah, because it's like 6 months at this point, isn't it?
February.
Yeah, isn't it like
What month are we in? We decided already.
we already discussed that we're
Yeah,
definitely in
August.
August. That was confirmed.
September, October, November, December, January, February.
Yes, there's an R, February, please.
February.
Yes, thank you.
That's 6 months.
Yeah, for a comic book movie?
Yeah. You want to talk about Suicide Squad and Margot Robbie?
Yes. So here's
This is an
something that
interesting
seems
thing.
See, we talk about a lot of rumors here, but when you have James Gunn doing a crossword, is it a crossword?
Okay, so here's what happened. James Gunn did a Instagram slide.
Scrabble.
Right?
Thank you.
Sorry,
Scrabble.
yeah, an Instagram slide. I was right. I was getting there. He did an Instagram slide. You know how you can post multiple pictures, and he posted as his third picture in case you guys want to look at it. So at James Gunn, he has a Scrabble board where he writes Harley diagonally, and then Kings up and down.
And it looks like it's going to be Shark because
Yes.
it's as
Kings,
one thing above the
I'm
other.
And
also
then
gonna
hopefully
say-
the H and then A and Harley will attach there. But the fact that he put Harley is making people speculate that Harley Quinn is going to be in this Suicide Squad movie, which is interesting considering how many people are not returning and the recasts that we've had thus far.
Diagonally or horizontally? I think
Horizontally.
I think you meant horizontally.
What's diagonal?
Diagonal is when it goes on
You
like an
can't
angle.
Scrabble diagonally.
I don't think you
Horizontally.
can.
No.
And I just, again,
Horizontally.
if you're not watching,
Horizontally.
we do the show on YouTube, but this is also an audio podcast. And so your description of diagonally is important information that people are taking, and it is
What is it?
wrong.
Vertical, horizontal,
Sure.
diagonal. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not diagonal. You can't Scrabble something
No, in Connect
diagonally.
4, you can definitely connect diagonal.
Diagonally. Yeah, that's true.
That's a sneaky move in Connect 4.
Well, you don't know what my diagonal look like. I could have been tilting my head looking at Harley.
So we do know that there are some other people. We know that Captain Boomerang is apparently coming back. We think Joel Kinnaman's coming back. Harley could be coming back. Plus, she could be coming back off of Birds of Prey, which
yeah,
is
so
cool.
Jack Courtney had said that he was.
Yes.
Did Kinnaman say that himself?
I think so. I forget where we landed on that, but I still hold to the theory that some of the old guard are going to get blowed up.
We know that Will Smith is not.
Yes, not.
Not. I am not. I did not.
I did not.
I did not. Whatever. Just doing the most. All right, what else, Adam?
So while we're talking about The Suicide Squad, which we will, which is coming out in 2021, I think August, right? After the Batman, James Gunn also responded to people asking, hey, is Batman going to be in The Suicide Squad? And then he responded to that. And I love, this is one of those articles where there was like, James Gunn reveals if Batman will be in Suicide Squad, which is like, you could answer that in an article, in a line, and it wouldn't make you click on it.
Is this his entire response? You can check out Batman in the Batman, June 2021. Hashtag the Suicide Squad will feature mostly, the Suicide Squad.
I take this to be the most. Here's my story I'm taking out of here.
Yes.
Ryan, let me know if you like this.
Okay.
This to me is the best confirmation that movie is still going to be called The Batman.
The Batman, yeah.
I feel like he accidentally let that official, because I still say it has not officially been said since Matt Reeves has taken it over.
So somebody had messaged him on Instagram or wherever over and over and over again, just saying Batman scenes in Suicide Squad, please. Batman scenes in Suicide Squad, please. For like every 10 minutes was messaging him essentially. And then he responded with this, took that, put it on his story and wrote saying you can check out Batman and the Batman.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
Great. So the moral is that if you keep repeating something enough, you will annoy the creator and get a response.
Don't take that as the moral, guys. Don't do that.
I did not like the Batman stuff in Suicide Squad. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I didn't like it. It looked like stuntman stuff.
That
It
means
was-
you're not a Batman fan.
That is
Already
not
say
what that
it.
means. It didn't make the movie that
I
much
was
better
kidding.
for me.
I'm kidding. I
Yeah.
liked it. But I liked
Yeah.
Suicide Squad more than you guys
Yeah.
all did.
Yeah.
I like the dance. Everybody now. You're doing it at home.
I
know
prefer the
you
bat
are.
dance.
I know you're doing the
Enchantress dance.
know
I
you
prefer
are.
the bat dance. Okay, so James Gunn Making the Suicide Squad. We're recapping right now, as we always do on the show. Harley Quinn sounds like she's probably going to be in it. Batman sounds like he's not going to be in it.
But he will be in the Batman.
He will be in the Batman in June. And Sean Gunn, the physical manifestation of Groot in the Guardians movies, and also one of the Ravagers?
Rocket, yeah.
Oh, sorry,
No.
Rocket.
But
And then he's
physical
also
Groot would be amazing.
Oh God, yeah, that would be good. They gotta get a practical Groot suit.
But also,
So he's read the script.
yes, also it's his brother.
Oh yeah, so maybe
Which is
he's
relevant.
But he did say that he has read the script.
So he praised the script. It was very complimentary. He said, I know that James, very excited about shooting, and now that I've read the script for it, I will say nothing other than that it's really good. And I know that he's pretty jazzed about it, so I'm definitely excited to hear what happens next, but they start shooting soon.
Yeah, and if your brother is about to like shoot a movie, you best say that his script is good if you want that brother to keep giving you work as he does.
Is Sean Gunn the one that ended up writing and or directing Brightburn?
No, I think that was a different gun.
How many guns are there?
I think there's a lot of guns.
Well, we are in America.
We're trying to, I'm trying not to walk
was
into
rough.
that one.
That was rough. Move us
I
away.
think it was a different gun because this is more the acting gun. But okay, so does that do anything for you? Brother's script is good.
I mean, if what would have done something for me is if Sean Gunn had said the script was not good.
Which would be the stupidest thing to say.
So stupid. So
But he
like,
also
no.
doesn't have to mention it.
He was asked.
But he also could say, you know what? I haven't even read it. I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be great.
You're gonna say it's good if you're.
But
asked.
he said he read it. I'm trying to grab onto something here.
I don't know.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
Garth
choosing
says
to
that's
believe
a
that-
different gun. Well, there must be a lot of them, honestly,
It's
though.
Brian Gunn and Mark Gunn who
So
did.
there's Brian,
Brightburn.
Mark, Sean, and James.
That's right. I don't know if Brian and Mark are brothers. They might be cousins. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
We'll have to find out. Like, tune in next week for the Gunn family tree. I'm choosing to believe that this is going to be great. And right now, you guys, if you listen to this show, I like to be super positive about a film until I have good reason to not be. And very often, there comes a point where you get reason to not be positive. But everything about this movie,
Why not?
including the fact that a lot of people didn't like the first movie, is making me think that this is going to be a great movie. And up to this point, that's what I'm going to think.
I'm into it.
We already talked about Bloodlines being released. I think that's all we had for movie news, but there's quite a bit.
Oh, they are cousins. Thank
they're
you, Ryan.
cousins.
Well, that's still sometimes in families, cousins are like brothers.
You know, I just saw Apocalypse Now Final Cut with the Q&A done by Scott Mantz with Francis Ford Coppola there, Martin Sheen, Lawrence Fishburne.
The Redux.
No, after the Redux, it's called Final Cut. It's a new
Wow.
edit, and it's just when you look at the credits,
I love that movie.
So many Coppola names, like
Jamie Coppola,
Waking
Franny
the
Coppola,
documentary, people working on the set, volunteering. It's a family affair.
Mickey, Brian,
when you make
Robbie,
movies.
Billy,
All right,
Tommy.
cross us over into the next realm, Ryan. Take us there. I'm gonna grab on.
It's time.
It's time
Hold
for
on tight.
Roxy Stories. All the girls think Johnny's fine.
Johnny is
Adam's
fine.
Cooking, so they're
Their
fine.
cooking is
Also,
divine.
Mikey Christmas
Thank you.
time. DC movie news. It's
Mikey
time
Christmas.
To talk. TV
Looking a lot like an air marshal.
Yeah,
wherever
Mikey
he
Christmas is traveling. He's not with us today. Johnny LaCosta is.
Let's talk about
talking
the big news that broke right as we were starting, guys. I'm really sorry for the fans out there. I know how much it hurts when this happens. Krypton was canceled after 2 seasons. Krypton was canceled. Also, the spin-off that we've been talking about, Hobo Lobo, no, sorry, that's Adam, it's just called Lobo, is not moving forward on Sci-Fi. Just announced this morning, less than an hour ago, Krypton's cancellation and Lobo spin-off scrapped at Sci-Fi. I don't know if that means that Lobo could possibly go somewhere else, like a DC universe, but Sci-Fi is not moving forward with it.
Okay, I have a couple of thoughts about this. This is one of the negative things that seem to happen with all the different places we have to see shows, because good shows, decent shows, are just not getting enough viewership where they are. Like Sci-Fi has put out a lot of good shows, but they tend to be kind of expensive shows too, so they have to do really well to warrant multiple seasons. I've enjoyed what I've seen of Krypton, but I gotta be honest, I'm still struggling to finish the first season to get into this season, which I've heard is great.
Yeah.
But if I, the host of DC Movie News, haven't even gotten into season 2, that's got to tell you something about how much it's penetrating. And also,
Agreed with what you're saying, but I do want to give a shout out because there are so many fans in the chat of Krypton, including our very own Koi Jandro in the chat right now.
Really?
Used to be the host of Marvel Movie News. Yes, now Heroes on Collider.
Wow.
He says, so bummed about Krypton. Boo, hiss.
yeah,
is
I
great.
mean, that's the thing is, so
Sorry
do
you're
we
bummed,
think,
Koi.
so they brought the first season onto DC Universe. We know they're doing a lot of stuff with the HBO Max stuff now. Do you think there's a chance of Krypton moving to that realm?
I really, truly do.
Okay.
I really, truly do, because we're seeing right now pop pickup shows canceled by Netflix. Like, we're in 2019. Anything can happen. What is pop, you ask? Great question. They air Schitt's Creek, and they used to air Big Brother After Dark.
Right.
And they're picking up one day at a time, which Netflix dropped. So I'm just
Right.
saying, networks are picking up. Digital is picking up. Cable, everybody it's a free-for-all. So of course it is possible that Krypton gets saved, especially if the fans want it to be. Hashtag save Krypton, start it now. This is not my particular DC live action show. It's not. It's not.
You've watched it a couple of times
I
and-
watched the first 6 episodes. It was good. It just was because I'm in the whole CW verse. It was too many shows. Had to figure out where to leave, and that's one that I did ditch ultimately. But I really believe that if there's a place for this, it is DC Universe.
Yeah, I'd say that I enjoyed it more than I've been enjoying the CW shows recently, but maybe not as much as the DC Universe shows, if that's fair to say. Like the DC Universe shows I found to be almost across the board appointment television, meaning that every time a new episode was out there, I did not let a day go by. And I know you all have the same kind of thing. There are some shows that just take priority and some that you're like, I'll catch that when it gets down there. Listen, Gotham without Batman, Krypton without Superman, I don't know that I love it.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I love Superman.
I love Gotham without Batman, but I hear what you're saying. I also love how our chat went from being so upset about Krypton to not even caring anymore because Koi's in the chat, so they're just happy.
Oh, that's happy. I'm happy he's
amazing.
there too.
I love that.
But you know what we should talk about?
Yeah, what should we talk about, Adam?
Crisis is coming, and
Do
there's
you think it will be on Infinite Earths?
It will be on Infinite Earths, and then there are more rumors that we've heard. Okay, so we know Brendan Routh, we know Tyler Hoechlin. There's still Tom Welling rumors out there, guys.
Yo, Crisis has more rumors than any movie, any TV show of 2019 thus far. Every day I'm hearing something new about Crisis.
Because everything becomes a possibility, because you can make up a rumor and it's a possibility, because like you got the freaking 1966 Robin is going to be there. Burt Ward is going to be back there.
Crazy. It's crazy.
So I guess in an exchange, I don't know if you saw this, Roxy, but fans were asking, "Oh, Tom, it would be great to see you in Crisis," and his response was, "Duh." So take that as you like.
I feel like there's zero shot that he's not there.
I love it. I love a strong take.
I really feel like there's zero shot that he's not there. With all the other people we're bringing back, and if he wants to be there, why would there not be a place for him?
I must admit, I misunderstood what you said. I thought you said the zero shot that he's there.
No,
you
zero
said
shot he's not there.
Okay.
Zero shot that he's not there. So do I get my high five revoked? Or...
No. It's still a strong take.
Still a
You're saying it's
strong
100%. So many Supermen. It would be great if there was 3 Supermen. Wait,
Yeah.
yes, 3 Supermen. How many Batmen?
Josh Herrera says Crisis is totes my end game. I feel like a lot of people feel that way, that they've just been building up to this point.
Do you still?
Yes, I still watch them all.
So Arrow as a show is going to continue after Crisis, right?
I believe there will be probably 2 more episodes
Okay.
based on timeline. I don't think they've announced that, but Arrow is a half season.
It's 10 episodes.
And based off of where I believe Crisis is going to stack up, they should have a couple follow-up wrap-ups.
Do you? Because I was like sure that the big conclusion of Crisis is him sacrificing himself, like Tony Stark style.
Me too, but that doesn't mean that we don't.
Spoilers for Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Threw him off the trail.
Good one. Yeah, Iron Man 2. That was quite the
My
quite
board.
the move.
I want my board.
Yeah. So I think that we will see more episodes. Will Stephen Amell be there? Will it be in spirit? Will it be in what world? What version? But I think timeline wise that we will have a couple extra shows.
Another rumor about the Titans crossing over. The DC Universe Titans, because we heard Black Lightning's going to be in there.
It would be a shame if none of the DC Universe characters crossed over. I would obviously rather see Doom Patrol, but because I like them more, but Titans characters probably make more sense.
I mean, and a lot of these are going to be like really fast, probably cameos, you know, like one shots. And I even heard they might even use archival footage. So like there might even be, there's also rumors of DC EU stuff, like movie stuff, that maybe you're not going to get the actors to shoot new stuff, but you're going to have scenes, right? Like scenes. Mm-hmm. Ryan, you have any thoughts about this crisis?
I'm just so excited to see Brandon Routh. I think that's just something I'm really amped up for. I think he got given a bad hand. The dude is such a nice guy, such a great actor, and
is in better shape now than when he was in the role.
Why do you say bad hand? You mean you don't think that the Atom is a good role?
No, I think that's a great role. I just meant when he played Superman in the Bryan Singer's Superman Returns.
The thought is, you know,
he did such a great performance, and he had to do the Christopher Reeve impression. I thought he nailed it. I just wish we got more movies with him as Superman. So
that's the thing. Is you take that role and you think, this could be my life right now, right? You go from like, I'm reviving Superman to like, there could be 4 of these. This could be my life to like, okay, not, all right, I guess. Like, what a wave. And then to come back as Adam and to just be such a good, he's got great positive energy. I think it's awesome. And that is the thing I'm most excited about too, if I had to boil it down, even more than Burt Ward as Dark Robin or whatever we're going to get there.
Okay. What else, Adam?
I want to talk about, there's rumors.
Swampy Swamp?
Oh, okay. Well, before we get to Swampy Swamp, let's just wrap up Crisis, because there's rumors of, I saw today on We Got This Covered, rumors of 4 new Arrowverse shows that are in some stage of development, possibly coming out of the Crisis, you know, possibly having to do with the Crisis. It'll be seen if the end of Crisis could be the end of the multiverse, right? Like, isn't that how the first Crisis ends? There's no more multiverse. It's one Earth.
Right.
Right?
But I don't know. I think that they should do that because it's smart. I don't know if they will do that. We will have to see. I'm incredibly nervous about 4 new Arrowverse shows being rumored.
Say that again? You said it so well.
4 new Arrowverse shows being rumored. Wowie. I will tell you this, Adam. Please don't think less of me. I was a little excited that we were starting to get rid of some of the shows.
No, I feel the same way.
I could make a little space in my life for other things. If we take out Arrow and then we add 4 other shows.
So the 4 that I'm hearing on this rumor on We Got This Covered are Metal Men, Dial H for Hero, The Question,
which is amazing.
Which a lot of people have talked about. I know Mike has talked about it a lot. No, Kevin Smith has talked about it a lot.
And Dead Man.
Dead Man, which I love too. Boston Brand, Dead Man. There's a very ghostly series that could easily tie into like a future Constantine and stuff like that.
I mean, there were rumors about a Question movie for quite some time as well. Now with the TV show.
There's also a rumor. We have a rumor that a friend gave to us that we can't say because it might get traced back to him of a different or her. Damn it. Of a different series that is not one of these.
Yeah.
And they seemed pretty sure that it was happening.
Pretty positive.
And when that other gets confirmed or denied, we'll talk about it. But like, if that one happens, it's a way bigger mainstream DC property than any of these. Like, it's a name that Grammy would know.
Yeah, Grammy would know.
Ooh, I just teased y'all so good.
Probably.
On that one.
Yeah.
I want to know, chat roll. Are you guessing what the show is?
I mean, I think that right now, rumors are rumors. Things, if anything was certain, we would know. So that you don't put too much weight in any of these.
These
don't
could
get
all
too
be in
excited.
a stage of development,
and they could not work.
All that means is like somebody's tossing in a pilot script. The pilot script has to be approved. Then they have to shoot the pilot.
We cooked spaghetti. It was a little al dente. We threw it at the wall. It didn't quite stick. It was going down.
That's
we
good.
got to figure out what to do next. We made the sausage. We put it in the sauce.
Yeah.
You know.
So either way, I will say this.
Either way, overcooked the pasta, I gotta say, I don't like when it's too al dente. I like a little bit of softness to a noodle. I think noodle. I also don't have many of my original teeth, and I find it easier to have 2% of reduced pasta overcooked. Overcook the pasta by 12%. It's a softer pasta. It's a better noodle. Next question.
You do you, Bernie.
I will say this. As someone who's pretty much abandoned most of the CW shows, I'm really excited about Crisis, so they must be doing something right.
Okay. All right, let's move forward because we only have a little bit left.
I just want to mention also Steve Sanders was talking about the possibility of the future of Swamp Thing. And
Does
Steve,
this make you excited that there could possibly be a future of Swamp Thing?
well, this is just Ian Ziering saying like he really thinks that it could be saved.
I think it's entirely possible.
That's the big quote.
That's the quote.
That the guy from Sharknado thinks it's entirely possible. So get excited, guys. That sounds like a green light
He
to me.
also said that the cancellation was the biggest disappointment of my professional career, which sucks.
It's my biggest disappointment of his professional career too.
Yeah.
By the way,
he said, I was reliving my youth and the fun of the 8-year-old inside of me, getting to play the Blue Devil, working with Derek Mears and Crystal Reed and all the people.
Can we just take a moment
on
for
that
Crystal
show.
Reed? Crystal Reed.
Agreed. James Wan, it was such an unbelievable show. It's very sad that ended with 10 episodes unfinished. I know they had plans for so many. Sorry, Adam. I hate to read that to you.
But this is like the Krypton thing. It's like, that was a great show. I hate to say it, but like if it wasn't on DC Universe, would it have had a better chance?
Krypton?
No, it's like
Swamp Thing.
Krypton. You know, it's
Swamp
like
Thing.
you have these properties and places that don't have the deep pockets to give it the chance.
Yeah.
Like famously
Give
Seinfeld,
peace a
right?
chance.
Like give Swamp a chance.
Give Swamp a chance. All we are saying.
God. Anyway, that's all. That's all, folks.
Yeah. Well,
That's
it's not quite all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because speaking of give peace a chance, there are some protests going on. You didn't hear about this?
No.
Protests in Hawaii?
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, protests in
It's not
Hawaii.
exactly TV time news, but it's in our, I guess we've seen it on TV. So, as seen on TV, Momoa is talking about what's going on in Hawaii, and he wants things fixed before he figures out how to shoot, is what I'm gathering from the situation. Let me try to find quotes while you talk.
Yeah, so he's trying to leverage the cessation of construction on this holy site.
Right.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson supported him. We did have a picture. I thought I put it in the rundown. We had a picture of Ezra Miller actually came to the protest site, and they were photographed together.
This is
So
what
your
he said
Justice
on-
League boys were still... Oh, there we go. Okay, there's the
Thank
picture
you.
of him
On
getting
Instagram,
arrested.
this is
Fake
what the
arrested.
quote was. Sorry, Ryan, what?
He got
Fake arrested, right.
yeah.
Fake arrested.
He
They're
said,
all-
sorry, Warner Brothers, we can't shoot Aquaman 2 because Jason got run over by a bulldozer trying to stop the desecration of his native land. This is not happening. We are not letting you do this anymore. Enough is enough. Go somewhere else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did talk about that last week, and so then they did a stage picture you can see here with like the cops kind of laughing and like arresting Aquaman, and Ezra Miller came to support Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, also showing his support. Also, we'll talk a little bit more about this last week, but I was just hearing a rumor of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson rumored as Namor, and if that's true,
You were?
I did. I just saw that. Like,
Whoa.
there's big rumors about Cavill and Dwayne Johnson being recruited to Marvel. Basically, Marvel being like, "Hey, DCU, S or get off the P." You know what I'm saying?
Sand or get off the paper.
Yeah, Sander get off the paper, and I'm just wondering if that happens. Is Black Adam never gonna happen?
I think that there's, I don't know. I don't want to think about that.
He would be a pretty good Namor, though. I gotta say, I mean, he's
know.
definitely
He'd be a
beefier
great
than
Black
Namor.
Adam, though.
Yeah,
Leave
I
me
mean, but they're
alone.
just taking so long to get this done. Anyway, that's it, guys. This was a lot of fun. Roxy, it was a pleasure. Yeah, no, it's okay. What are you staring at me like that?
Me?
I'm just very happy.
I wasn't looking at you.
Johnny
I
LaQuasto
was-
is interested in what you have to say to him. He's trapped in Florida, so reach out and talk to Johnny LaQuasto at jQuasto.
No, at John Quasto.
Oh, he changed it?
At John Quasto. I noticed that this morning.
Oh, at John Quasto. I don't
Because that's
even...
his wrestler name now.
He's got a wrestler name?
John Quasto.
Isn't he an announcer or a
Yeah,
ring
they
name?
all get names.
But you get names.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, our wrestling
You
buddy...
think Renee Young's name Renee Young?
Yeah, I would
Huh.
assume so.
No,
I would have
it's
assumed so.
not her name.
Okay, Mike Kalinowski at Mike Kalinowski. He'll be back next week, maybe. Roxy, where can people find you?
Everywhere at Roxy Stryer. Also, Collider Live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. Screen Junkies Universe on Fandom Entertainment on Fridays. The Tomorrow Show Wednesday nights, and all over AfterBuzz TV as well.
And you can find me, Adam Gertler, at Adam Gertler. Also on FX Movie Download, and also at 2 or 3 in the morning on some Ninja infomercial.
Cool.
And we'll see you next time on DC Movie News,
Where 8% of the comic book movies
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.